This is what it looks like to be in a tough spot. So I'm in a place where I'm really happy. I have a lot of awesome things happening in my life. And then I have a lot of things in my life that I'm unsatisfied with. One of those things is my weight. I'm 215.2 pounds right now. And that's like 15 to 20 pounds more than I want to weigh. So one of the things that I'm doing is, focusing on my nutrition, making sure that I'm eating the right amount and not overeating. Another thing is I don't like how I look currently, right? So I feel like I kind of look like a hobo. I feel like a dirty person. And that on top of, the extra 15 to 20 pounds that I don't want, it's not the best. Also, I can't exercise like really at all. And the reason being is because I got injured at work and I tore my ACL and I tore my meniscus. So I got 2-for-1 deal, one injury, two crappy things that happen. But this is what it looks like to be in a place where you don't really want to be. I have YouTube up on the bedroom TV because I just finished doing my at-home exercises. And the last three things I do in my at-home exercise. So, I guess I didn't finish my at-home exercises. Anyways, the last three things I do for my at-home exercises and each round because I do these like 2 to 3 times a day, they always look different. But the first one, it always ends like this. I unlock my knee brace and then I go for a little walk. And this walk is like 10 minutes. I do like 10 minutes and it's around the condo that I live in. That's it. It's just around there. And yeah, it is like one of my favorite parts of the day because it's one of the things that I do throughout my day that makes me feel like I'm still moving forward. Because while I'm at a position that I don't necessarily want to be, I got to make sure I keep moving forward. So I'm unlocked and I'm walking now. It's a very interesting feeling, the feeling of not being able to easily do something that comes naturally, which is walking as an adult human being. So what I'm doing right now actually is I'm in my kitchen. I'm walking over here to my crutches because I keep one crutch under my armpit until I get warmed up essentially. So I've got my crutch under me. My right leg, which is this one, is the one I had surgery on. So I keep the crutch under my left arm. This makes it so that I don't end up with hip issues by using one crutch. If I ever need to use both crutches, I'll use both crutches, which sometimes I do. Don't get me wrong. It's not every single day. It's not all day that I'm able to keep my brace locked and walk around all day. Like yesterday, I did pretty good, keeping the brace locked. It's honestly more comfortable to keep the brace locked as well. Like I know I'm allowed to leave it unlocked, but two of the most important things to make sure that I'm working on within this time frame, being post-surgery, is making sure that my knees extension as well as my knees flexion is at a certain level. So one thing that helps working that extension is just keeping that brace locked, and then anytime I'm sitting, I keep my foot elevated so that I don't have any support under my thigh, but I have my heel supported. That means that pretty much my knee is just like falling the whole time. And that's causing like a stretch in my hamstring and in my calf, and it's helping me work my knees extension. Okay? Because when you have knee surgery, you lose a lot of that mobility. So this is part of like the fun I have in the day, is I get to walk around right now. This process has been nothing short of a challenge, for sure. The initial injury sucked and I wasn't able to do much, but I was still able to do things. Like right now, I can't even drive. So even if I wanted to go somewhere, like I could not do that unless I sat in the back seat. I took up the whole back seat and I had pillows to keep my leg elevated as well. Otherwise, it's just really painful, and honestly, it can be pretty dangerous too. The surgery that I had done was an ACL reconstruction and then a meniscus repair, both of which are pretty serious procedures to have done. They go into your knee. They also had to make an incision in the front of my knee to open it up so that they could get the new ACL from my body. Because if you look into like how they do ACL reconstructions, two of the more common ways is by taking a tendon from the front of your knee or taking a piece of muscle from your hamstring. So what they obviously did was they decided to take a piece of tendon from the front of my knee, from my patellar tendon, and then they drill holes in my bones and they weave that thing through. And then the meniscus repair, I was lucky enough that it wasn't damaged to a point at which they needed to replace it or anything, so they just gave it a few stitches and boom, sent me on my way. So because of both of those things, my knee is in a state where, like, the first 4 weeks after surgery, it's not the most stable thing. It's not the most safe thing to just be walking around on, Like, it is as simple as I could be walking in the grocery store, I bump into something, someone bumps into me, I fall, or something happens the wrong way for even a second, and boom, I find myself back at square one, re-injured, and waiting to get an appointment for an MRI, and then scheduling a surgery, and blah, 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 blah. Don't want to do that again. So yeah, I stay focused on moving forward, because even in a time that's as tough as this, I can't stay complacent. I can't let my goals just like pass by me and waste this time, right? So that's why I do find it very, very enjoyable to do this walking. I love doing my exercises because it's something I can do that I know helps me move forward, and it makes it so that it's easier to do more things that help me move forward as well. And the cool thing about doing this and moving forward and never letting your situation deter you from your goals is that you get to progress. You get to get better. Just like as I progress and get better, I'll be able to walk without a crutch, right? My follow-up appointment is coming up soon. I'm a little over 3 weeks post-surgery, and my knee is getting stronger every day. And the only reason that happens is because day after day, I face myself and I face my challenges, and I focus my brain and all of my energy on thinking of solutions that I can act on immediately. And then once I've thought of that solution, bam, I act on it. That's exactly what you need to do. If you're in a place right now where you don't want to be in life, then you need to think of a way that you can get yourself out of that situation, and then you need to act on it immediately.